Welcome to Toned Out.
Welcome back, Toned Out fam. Coach Gabrielle here. Today we're going to be going over the 7 functional movements. So these are in your program, your 90-day program. There's way more than 7 movements, but like I explained before, if you get these 7 movements down, then you will be able to perform all exercises perfectly, and that's what we want. Okay? So let's get into it. The first out of the 7 functional movements we're going to be going over is a bench press. So I'm going to be laying on the ground. It's the same thing as laying on a bench. We're going to go over some cues that I want you guys to think about. Let's take a look at how this movement should look.
Push. Bench press. Start with your eyes directly under the bar. Slightly wider than shoulder width grip. Feet planted firmly. Press from your heels, upper back, and contract the core. You may raise your lower back off the bench for extra support. Bar touches lower portion of your chest. Thumbs at nipple line. Forearms remain vertical, 90 degrees. Wrists slightly back to remain neutral. Complete at full arm extension. And lastly, keep the weight in your palms.
So you guys, that was our bench press movement. Keep in mind, you could do this movement with dumbbells, kettlebells, a barbell, a machine, whatever. As long as you're performing the movement correctly, then all your push movements are going to be perfect. Let's go to the next one.
Pull. Bent row. Feet hip width apart. Slight bend in the knees. Hinge 45 degrees. Bring the butt back. Knees behind toes. Neutral spine. Tuck hips under or arch lower back and stick butt out depending on your form. Hands slightly wider than shoulder width. Overhand grip and pull to the belly button. Complete at full extension.
So that's our main pull movement. Again, keep in mind, this movement works for single arm, double arm, barbell, dumbbell, kettlebell. As long as you're performing the movement like this, you're gonna be golden. Let's go to the next one.
Squat. Back squat. Shoulder width foot stance. Feet 45 degrees out or a little bit more forward to feel better. Find what allows you to get your lowest without tension in the hips while keeping your body upright. Retract the shoulders. Bar rest on upper back. Grip slightly outside of shoulder width. Elbows pointed back. Hips descend down and back. Hips descend lower than the knees. Lumbar curve maintained. While deep in your squat, dry from the glutes and come up as one. Heels down, knees and toes aligned.
So that's our squat movement. Keep in mind, the back squat is an advanced squat movement. So if that proves to be too challenging for you, then start with air squats, start with front squats, start with kettlebell squats, dumbbell squats. Again, because this is the most advanced squat movement. But generally, your form is gonna look the same. Let's go to the next movement.
Lunge. Walking lunges. One leg steps forward. Keep heel of forward leg down. Raise heel of back leg. Lower torso until back knee touches ground. Knee behind toes. Forward shin remains relatively vertical. Complete at full hip and knee extension. Opposite leg begins next step.
That's our lunge movement. Let's go to the next one.
Hinge. Deadlift. Hip width stance. Feet forward. Weight as close as possible. You should see your laces on the other side of the bar. Thumb distance away from legs. Chin down, shoulders slightly in front of the bar. Lumbar curve maintained. Hips and shoulders rise at the same rate. Grip bar. Lift only using the legs until hands are at knee height. Drive from your glutes. Once at knee height, drive the hips forward. Reverse the steps as you descend.
That's our hinge, also known as a deadlift. Any movement where your hips are closing like that is a hinge. Think about kettlebell swings. So this is a great place to start to make sure you get your hinge down right. Let's go to the next one.
Gait, farmer's walk. Deadlift the load. Wait. Maintain neutral spine and contract the core. Keep the chest up and shoulders back. Take quick, smooth steps.
That last one is our gait, and what I just performed is a farmer's carry. Gait applies to everything you do, walking, running, so practicing exercises like this is a great way to make sure your posture is correct and on point. Let's go to the final one.
Rotational, Russian twist. Weighted or unweighted. Lift the feet off the ground. Contract the core. Find your center of balance. Twist left all the way, facing your target. Repeat twisting all the way right.
What I just performed was a Russian twist. This is working on your rotational movement. Keep in mind the body moves in more than one plane of motion. This movement applies to any other rotational exercises. Since we move in more than one plane of motion, it's important to train in more than one plane of motion. So there you guys have it. Those are our 7 functional movements. Get these movements down and your form will be looking impeccable. Don't forget though, practice makes perfect. These movements take time to perfect, so it's okay if you're a little rocky at first. Just make sure you follow the cues, give yourself time, and be patient. We promise you'll get them down. Hopefully now you guys have a better understanding of the movements you need to get down. I promise, just keep practicing them and they'll come way easier. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all Toned Out Fit social medias. Until next time, peace.